So about 8 years ago, my mom had a stroke at the age of 63. And this was a time where things were not going great anyway. We had just learned about a week before about Luke being severely delayed and having to start a whole process with Easter seals for therapy. And that was the beginning of a lot of things going on that year. But we learned about Luke, and a week later Mom had this stroke. And up to that point, she was a very vibrant woman. She was very active in the church, very active in the family. She came and helped out all the time. In fact, she was supposed to come that next week and help out with Luke, and was not able to, obviously, after her stroke. But when she had her stroke and I heard the news, I was devastated. And I drove all the way to the hospital, and I was just crying the whole way and praying and asking God why. Why is this happening? Why are all of these things happening? Why is it just one thing after another after another? And I just can't handle it, and just crying out to Him. When I walked into the hospital that first night, Mom was actually able to talk and seemed okay. And the doctors thought, well, maybe it was just a mini stroke. And so they started investigating and looking into it, and it turned out to be a more severe issue going on, but she still seemed okay. And I went home thinking, she's all right. It's not a big deal. She can take some medicine and she'll bounce right back. Well, the next morning I went to go visit her at the hospital again. And as I walked in, she was on the ICU unit, and I met my father with tears in his eyes, and he was broken. He just kept saying, I can't believe it. She's going. She's dying. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I had never seen my dad like that. And it turned out my mom had a severe stroke that morning, and my dad was there to witness it. And he didn't know how to handle it. So I walked on down the hall, and I walked into my mom's room, and there she was laying there, and my older brother and my sister were in there holding her hands. And she was just laying there, and she was trying to communicate, but her whole right side was paralyzed. And so she wasn't able to actually put any really words together. It was more like mumblings. And she just kept talking and talking, or trying to talk. And my brother and my dad came in, and my sister were all trying to guess, what is she saying? And finally I looked into her eyes, and knowing what was in my heart, I looked at her and I said, pray. Do you want us to pray for you? And she stopped talking, and she nodded, and she looked at me, and there were tears in her eyes as well, because that's what she wanted. She wanted us to pray for her. And it was at that moment I felt a huge peace, like a peace blanket just fall over me, and I knew it was going to be okay. I didn't know what our road was going to look like in the next few weeks, months, years. I didn't know if she was going to die. I didn't know if there would be another stroke in the next 24 hours and God would take her home to be with Him. But I knew somehow it would be okay. He was there. I felt His presence. And I just knew it was all going to work out. And the greatest part of that is I knew she had a faith. Her faith was still with her. Even though she couldn't move her arms, she couldn't communicate well, her faith was there. Her soul was intact, and God was with her, and He was with us. And that was my moment of hope. And it was a hope that continued.